Now, mate, Wollongong Wars 10, Friday, 12th of May at the Sports Hub, Greenville, New South Wales. Doors opening at 5 p.m. 10th show. First of all, as like a promoter, guy putting on fights, how does it feel to have 10 in the bag?
Look, it usually takes me 12 months to get over doing a show. The matchmaking and all that, it does your head in. But I like to have the boys fight locally, so I try and do one every year.
Is that the main focus? Is it to get the boys fights?
To get the boys fighting their hometown. They don't. There's not many people that do shows down here, so I've been probably the most consistent over the time period. Like I said, I do it more, like I said, just for the guys so they can fight in front of their hometown and just bring the awareness down here for MMA. Get the sport growing.
Where do you put promoting fights up to head coaching fighters? Like, where does it sit for you?
Down the bottom. I prefer coaching the boys, trust me.
And why is that? Is it just the headaches of promoting?
Yeah, it is. You've got to deal with so many different people and some people are really easy to deal with. Other people just don't get back to you, You send them a message, they go, yeah, and then they just go silent on you, you just want to know what's going on. And that's the headache part of it, when you're just dealing with, so many different people. And it's out of your control. And at least when you're coaching, you can say, okay, we're going to do this and do that, and it's in your control,
And what's the difference between, and I feel like it's good for you to see both sides, but what's the difference between promoting a show in Wollongong and obviously being the head coach of one of the best UFC fighters ever? What's the main difference when working with teams and working with promotions?
Look, I think just getting back to people, just a simple, hey, he's not available, or, just that, just so you know. But a lot of them, not a lot. Look, there's a lot of really good trainers and coaches out there that, always get back to you and everything else. But like I said, there's some out there, even just asking for fighters is just a simple saying, no, I haven't got anyone at this stage, It's just, I guess, just simple manners, And then obviously you've got the guys that, get injured fighting, and then you get the poster fighters. I've had like two of those this time, where as soon as they get on the poster, all of a sudden they disappear, Yeah, they're the ones that probably piss you off the most, you know what I mean? You can understand if someone gets hurt, but, guys just not registering in time, even though they've told you they've registered and everything else, and then comes fight week and it's too late for them to register, and then it's really unfair on the other competitor, because he's been training, putting his heart into going out there and putting on, the performance of his life on that show, and then all of a sudden, because some guy just, the ego's got in the way of, somebody misses out on a fight, and that's really disappointing. But then you've got other guys that, step up on a week's notice, which like has helped the show, so it's a two-sided coin, There's some really good trainers out there. They know what it's like, and if you're short, they'll throw somebody in there just to keep your show going. I really appreciate those guys, and I guess any promoter does.
And what have you learnt from the first show to the 10th?
I go really low budget now. My first show, I didn't lose money. I broke even, and then I seen the bag of raffle tickets, and I made like $300. But I spent so much money on production, that's what really can blow your show out, just, getting screens and lights and sound systems, and that's a good way to shrink your budget,
So it's not something you want to do in terms of, you don't want to make Wollongong Wars like, taking on Eternal and Hex. You just want it to be a consistent fight show.
No, there's no way I could compete against those guys, and not that I want to. Like I said, if you're doing a show like that, it's a full-time job. And I guess if I wanted to do it, I could probably do it, but it's not something I want to do. I prefer, coaching the boys and the camaraderie we got at the gym, and going away and everything else. They're all the things that I really enjoy. Like I said, this is, I guess, a way that I give back to the boys, by putting on a show for them to compete in. So it's a two-way street for me, because I prefer, like I said, I prefer not to do them. But, the boys hassle me, so I do them,